What if we told you that digital product creators are spending hundreds of dollars and days waiting on graphic designers for assets you could create yourself in 15 minutes? The average cost for a professional product mock-up package is $300 to $500 with a 2-week turnaround. Meanwhile, creators using Midjourney are generating unlimited high-quality assets for $10 per month in minutes. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we turn complex tools into practical systems you can use today. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to show you exactly how to use Midjourney to create stunning digital product assets without any design skills. You will learn a proven framework, specific prompts you can copy, and see how Blake went from outsourcing everything to creating his entire product line assets in an afternoon. Problem. Let us talk about what creating digital products actually feels like. You have got an amazing idea for an ebook, course, template pack, or printable. You have done the hard work of creating the content. Now you need the assets to sell it. Product mockups, social media graphics, promotional images, email headers, the list goes on. So you start searching, you hop on Fiverr or Upwork looking for a designer. You scroll through portfolios trying to find someone whose style matches your vision. You finally find someone, send over a brief, and wait. 3 days later, the first draft comes back and something is off. The colors are not quite right. The style does not match your brand. You send revision requests and wait again. Another 2 days pass, the second version is better, but still not perfect. You are now a week into this process. You have spent $200, and you still do not have assets you are excited to use. Meanwhile, your product launch is delayed and your motivation is draining. Here is the part that really hurts. You see other creators launching products constantly. Their social feeds are filled with gorgeous mock-ups and professional graphics. They seem to have unlimited assets, while you are stuck waiting on revision number 3. You start wondering if you need to learn Photoshop or hire a full-time designer you cannot afford. The worst part is the dependency. Every time you need a new asset, you are back to square one. Need a seasonal variation? That is another $50 and 3-day wait. Want to test different social media graphics? Better budget? Another few hundred? Your ability to move fast is completely bottlenecked by your access to design resources. You have probably tried the free alternatives. Canva templates that look exactly like everyone else's. Stock photo sites where nothing quite fits your vision. Free mock-up generators with limited angles and outdated devices. They are better than nothing, but they are not giving you the unique professional assets that make products stand out. The real issue goes deeper than just time and money. You are trying to compete in a visual marketplace with one hand tied behind your back. Digital products sell on perceived value, and perceived value comes from presentation. When your assets look generic or amateur, potential customers make instant judgments about your product quality before ever seeing what is inside. The traditional model says you need either design skills or design budget. That model worked when those were the only two options. But that world does not exist anymore. The creators winning right now have discovered a third option. They are using artificial intelligence image generation to create unlimited custom assets without designers and without design skills. While you are waiting on revision emails, they are iterating through dozens of variations in an hour. Solutions here is what actually works. Midjourney is not just another design tool. It is a system for generating exactly the assets you need when you need them, with complete creative control. Let us break down the framework that turns you from dependent on designers to asset creation machine. The foundation is understanding prompt architecture. Midjourney creates images based on text descriptions, but random descriptions give random results. You need a structured formula. Start with the subject, add style descriptors, specify composition, include lighting and color preferences, then add quality parameters. This 5-part structure gives you consistent professional results. Here is a real example. Instead of saying ebook mockup, use this structure. Subject is 3D rendered ebook standing upright on marble surface. Style is modern minimalist product photography. Composition is centered with soft shadow. Lighting is natural window light from left side. Quality parameters are high resolution. Commercial photography, sharp focus. That prompt generates a professional mockup in 60 seconds. Next, master the asset categories you actually need. Every digital product business needs 5 core asset types: product mockups for sales pages, social media graphics for promotion, email headers for campaigns, background images for landing pages, thumbnail images for videos or listings. Create a prompt template for each category and save them. For product mockups, the magic is in the angles and contexts. Generate your digital product on a desk with coffee and notebook for lifestyle appeal. Create a floating mockup with dramatic lighting for premium positioning. Show your product on a laptop screen in a modern workspace for relatability. Midjourney lets you create 10 different mockup variations in the time it used to take to brief a designer on one. Social media graphics need a different approach. Use aspect ratio parameters to match platform requirements. Instagram posts need square or vertical. Pinterest needs tall vertical. LinkedIn needs horizontal. Add your brand colors to the prompt using specific color codes. Include design elements that frame your text space. Generate backgrounds and overlays separately so you can add text in Canva later. The prompt refinement process is where most people quit too early. Your first generation will not be perfect. That is expected. Look at what works and what does not. If the colors are wrong, add specific color descriptors. If the composition is off, adjust your framing language. If the style misses, reference specific aesthetics like editorial photography or vintage illustration. Here is the technique that separates beginners from pros. Use seed numbers and variation commands. When Midjourney generates an image you like, you can create variations of that specific image or use its seed number to generate similar images. This means when you nail a style, you can replicate it across your entire asset library for perfect brand consistency. Batch creation is your efficiency multiplier. Do not generate one asset at a time as you need it. Block 30 minutes, load up 10 prompts for different assets, and generate everything at once. While one image renders queue up the next, in a single session, you can create enough assets for an entire product launch, social media campaign, and email sequence. Finally, build your prompt library. Every time you create a prompt that generates great results, save it in a document. Organize by asset type and style. When you need a new asset, you are not starting from zero. You are pulling a proven prompt, adjusting the details, and generating in minutes. This library becomes your unfair advantage that compounds over time. Success story. Blake runs a digital template business selling Notion templates and productivity planners. He was spending $400 to $600 per month on Fiverr designers and constantly delayed launches, waiting on assets. His mockups looked good, but the process was killing his momentum. He could not test ideas fast enough. He started with Midjourney in January with zero design background. First week, he focused only on mastering product mockups, using the framework we just covered. He generated 50 different mockup variations of his templates in different styles, angles, and contexts. He spent maybe 3 hours total. Week 2, he tackled social media assets. He created a template prompt for Instagram posts with his brand colors and generated 30 background graphics he could use for months. Week 3, he built out email headers and landing page images. By the end of month 1, he had created over 200 custom assets and spent $10 on his Midjourney subscription. The results went beyond just saving money. His conversion rates increased because he could now test different visual approaches rapidly. He would generate 5 mock-up variations, run them in ads, see which performed best, then create more in that style. His product launch cycle went from 6 weeks to 2 weeks because asset creation was no longer the bottleneck. 6 months later, Blake has not hired a designer once. He generates all his product assets, creates custom graphics for every social post, and experiments with visual styles his competitors cannot afford to test. His business grew 340% in revenue while his design costs dropped from $3,600 to $60 for the year. Call to action here is your action step for this week. Sign up for Midjourney and create your first 3 product mockups. Use the prompt structure we gave you: subject, style, composition, lighting, quality. Generate 5 variations of each. Pick the best ones. You will spend maybe an hour and $10, and you will have assets that would have cost you $150 and a week of waiting. If you do not have a product yet, create mockups for one you are planning. Having professional assets ready makes launching easier when you are ready. The best time to build this skill is before you desperately need it. If this video showed you a better way to create digital assets, like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content. We break down one tool or system every week that gives you capabilities you thought required expensive outsourcing or years of skill building. You do not need to be a designer to have designer quality assets. You do not need a big budget to look professional. You just need the right system, and 15 minutes, Midjourney is not replacing creativity. It is removing the barriers between your ideas and their visual execution. Stop waiting on designers. Stop settling for generic templates. Start creating unlimited custom assets that make your digital products stand out. We will see you in the next video.